Hey guys, Cruxal. I know most list videos on YouTube are full of clickbait bullshit, but today I'm actually going to tell you 5 major things that are keeping you from ranking up out of the lower ranks of CSGO and how to fix those issues.
Don't know how to build a team from scratch or find good teammates? DreamTeam.gg, the ultimate team building platform. Find and connect with new players, coaches and teams. Manage and monetize your team. Get on fast track to advance from novice to amateur and, if desired, to professional gamer. Join DreamTeam.gg today.
While yes, this is targeted towards those in silver, many of these things could still be things you overlook at somewhat higher ranks, because let's be honest, nobody's perfect, and if you're in Nova or even MG, you still probably have quite a bit of work to go on as well. So let's get right into it. Starting off at number 5 is your communication or lack thereof. The major issue with having no communication is that it's what allows teams to flow together and know what the fuck is going on at any given time. Many of you like to deflect your shortcomings onto your teammates and blame them for your current rank and how badly you're doing in games, which is not fair to them or you. If you have no mic or don't use it at all in game, you have absolutely no right to complain about your bad teammates. They aren't psychics who will read your mind at any given point and play exactly how you want them to, or rotate when you need them to, unless you are communicating with them actively. Ask mommy for $5, hit up your local Walmart, and buy the cheapest fucking mic available if that's what it takes. Even the worst mic on the planet will be better than nothing as long as you aren't spamming it. Another issue I have with communication at lower ranks is people saying the dumbest shit on the mic at the worst possible moments. If you are dead and need to give info, be quick and concise, and put yourself in the person you're spectating shoes. At this given moment, would you want your teammates to shut the fuck up so you can listen? If the answer is yes, then do just that in the situation, and if you need to talk, do so in your team's text chat. As a last note, try to leave your emotions out of your callouts. I know this can be hard for many ranks, and even I suffer from this quite a bit. When you die, just call out the relevant information quickly, where the enemy was and where they might be pushing, etc., instead of, oh my god, this kid's insane.
What is this? This kid's a fucking amazing savant. Dude, this guy's fucking pre-fired angels that don't exist. I'm zooming.
Or whining about how that shot definitely should have hit him, but it didn't. That is just wasting time and risking your teammates' lives while they're waiting for information that you should be giving them. Up in number 4 is your attitude and ability to not tilt. For some reason, people of almost all ranks, but mainly in the lower ones, seem to have a really shitty attitude for this game as soon as something goes awry. I don't care if you're 1000% sure that the enemy top fragger is hacking, because whether or not he is, you need to keep yourself level-headed and do your best to try and combat against him and work with your team to lessen the blow of defeat or possibly even win. Frankly, in most situations, that person is either having a really good game or smurfing from a skill level beyond your comprehension, and that's okay. And no, I'm not saying that hackers don't exist in CSGO. In fact, CSGO, I think, in its current state of matchmaking, is riddled with them worse than I have ever seen at the moment, and there are entire channels devoted to hacking, which is really fucking sad. But don't let someone who you think is hacking ruin your mojo or your game. Many people say to themselves or their team, it's okay, this game won't count when it gets banned, and then start throwing or AFKing, which is absolute bullshit. Your team doesn't deserve that, and that's a total waste of time for you and them. I know it can be discouraging to play against smurfs or hackers, but always give it your all, as every round counts when it comes to not ranking up, and just focus on not getting tilted. A lot of times when they find you're angry and you start text chatting to them, that just encourages them to keep egging you on in text chat, so just mute them and play your best. This is especially true when you're losing, as being positive can actually turn around a game immensely and help you guys win. For number 3, I think relying on solo queue is a big no-no, especially in the lower ranks, as if you're trying to seriously rank up, each game you join could be anywhere on the spectrum of, oh, this is awesome and my team rocks, to, I might uninstall this game after this match is over. Finding friends to play with of a similar skill and drive to improve is crucial for ranking up yourself, and will help you get a better experience in the game and improve your team play as a whole. There are services to find teammates, such as the sponsor of this video, Dream Team, where you can find teams looking for players of your skill level and role, or create your own team and recruit members. If that sounds interesting, check it out in the description below to join. And another route you can take is continue to solo queue, but if you find teammates that are good in your game and great at communicating, don't be afraid to ask them if they would like to queue up with you next game and maybe shoot them a friend request. I have found many great teammates and players from this method, and it never hurts to ask. It helps your chances if you were a good teammate in that game as well, as nobody wants to re-queue with that whiny bitch that baited his teammates and didn't call anything out the entire game. In at number 2 is complacency. Some of the most stubborn and closed-minded players I've come across in this game are stuck in the lower ranks. I'm not entirely sure where that mindset came from or why people have it, but it needs to stop. Recognize that there are missteps in your setup and how you are playing the game, and try to change that. There's a reason you're at the rank you are right now. People always say that they don't want to change in fear of being bad, but that argument really doesn't make sense when you're still bad without change as well. Might as well try something new. For example, if you restrict yourself to a certain role and aren't performing, try something else else in the next game. It seems everyone and their mother wants to be an opper in these lower ranks and will forego buy rounds just to save for an op, then eventually buy it and die instantly and whine afterwards about 64 tick or some other bullshit like that when you clearly didn't hit your shot. In reality, there's a lot of depth in the role as an opper, and there are subtle nuances and cues that you need to follow while playing in order to be an effective one. If you are one of those people who needs an op yet isn't performing with it, try something else out, guys. Or if you're an entry fragger but are dying half the time and unable to react quickly to the initial stress of taking a site, hang back and play support and learn your nades so you can help support the team and take sites together. You don't always have to be playing for kills, as that's a huge common misconception in the lower ranks as well, that being the most amount of kills means you're doing the best for your team. Try to be impactful in these rounds and change up your role to fit with your team. You can also change your configuration in-game, which might sound crazy, but sometimes a subtle change in your settings can be very refreshing and might just be what you need to get past your skill plateau. Whether it be a new resolution, crosshair sensitivity, try it out if you think it will offer a nice change of pace when it comes to your game, because what you're doing currently isn't working, obviously. I have just made a sensitivity video and I plan on making crosshair and resolution guides in the future as well, so if you're interested in that, make sure you guys stay tuned for those. The last thing at number 1, and the major thing holding you back from ranking out of silver, is the fact that you don't have gunner glasses. Of course, I'm kidding, but the real number 1 issue that is holding you back is your aim. I'm sure all of you guessed this a mile away, but for some, it can be a tough pill to swallow. Work on finding a good sensitivity and focus on actually warming up and practicing your aim against bots or other players on deathmatch on a regular basis. Many YouTubers, including me, have made videos on how to warm up or practice in CSGO, so check those out if you have no idea of where to start. I'd argue that someone with terrible game sense, awful communication, but great aim and mechanical skill could easily climb into the MG ranks based off that skill alone. Now, that isn't me telling you to disregard those previous other categories, because they are definitely important, but what I'm instead telling you is that truly the biggest difference between all of these lower skill ranks is aim. Putting in the extra time to practice your aim will give you the biggest advantage against people in your same rank, because they aren't putting in the time themselves to improve, and that will definitely show in your game. Just remember, it takes time, guys, so keep your head up and go hop in some death matches and get fragging. So that does it for my major reasons of why you guys are stuck at where you're at in CSGO. I get so many messages and comments from you guys saying that my videos have helped you rank up, and it truly is the best feeling to know that I'm helping people improve in a game that they love. Take these reasons to heart and really try to work on them, as you will see improvements here, probably instantly, depending on which one you start with. Even the smallest of changes can lead to a snowball effect that will eventually end up with you increasing in skill rapidly. I believe in you, and I know you can do it. Thanks for watching.
You say you got them guns, but I've never seen you bang. You say you got them drugs, but I've never seen you slang.